Alright, welcome back. Okay, so we now have a new costume on, and we're going to be taking on the Outback Safari. Hey look, it's Shazza again.
This is it, the wide open outback. What a glorious view. Lots of sand, red earth and rock, and some more sand, and another rock, and more yes, it's glorious, all right.
Maury's voice actor was clearly having fun. Uh-oh.
You're gonna sit on that? Are you feeling all right, mate?
Ah, he's a big pussycat when you get to know him. Right, Ty?
Yeah, right as rain. I'll use this, me lasso ring.
I have this for some reason. So yeah, this entire stage is more or less a vehicle section.
Ah, Ty, I'm glad to see you. Can you help me out of a fix? The emus from my health farm have gotten loose. Probably heading for Greasy Gus's hamburger shop again.
Struth.
Last time they ate at Gus's, they were sick for a week, poor things. I've tried to catch them before, but my old truck, it's just not fast enough.
No worries. I'll reel them in with this, me lasso ring.
Thank you, Ty. You've mentioned that before.
I owe you one, Possum.
So we have plenty of time to catch all the emus and get used to the lasso rings. Which, this is the only boomerang you're allowed to use on this stage. And it's a lasso. Ty doesn't use it anywhere else. This stage is pretty fun because, as you probably noticed, we're basically riding a boss and we can just smash in anything. It's great. And also the music's pretty nice too. I dig it. Although, to kind of call back to the boss fight, running into rocks will damage you. So hey, that's a pretty nice little attention to detail. It's pretty fun taking advantage of the change of the gameplay. Although I think this is the only stage where you can actually do something like this. But I think it's pretty cool. They also give you a pretty wide area to run around with this warthog. However, the trade-off is, the opals aren't just lying around. They're pretty much all in boxes, which is both a good and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because you can't use the cheat code to find them, so if you're stuck with just looking for those last 3 or 4, yeah, then it's gonna be a huge pain in the ass. But at the very least, it's very satisfying to smash into them. And like I said, you have plenty of time to catch all the emus. They give you 10 minutes, which is honestly about 7 minutes too long. Because they're not hard to find, they're all in relatively the same area. I'm surprised Ty doesn't use the lasso rang in any other stages. I guess like the aqua rang, they're only for certain situations.
You did
Not too
great,
hard.
Possum. Now I won't have to clean up that mess like last time.
Ew.
Please accept this for all your trouble.
Shazza! I mean, we're happy to help, but again, trying to save our family by using thunder eggs. Can our close friends, like, not take the hint of, like, hey, Ty's family is lost in an interdimensional, like, dreaming realm, just flung between time and space. Maybe we should just give him a hand. Nah, let's have him do a bunch of errands first. I know it's platformer logic, but still, at the very least in Jak and Daxter, Jak didn't know half the people that he was dealing with whenever he was doing errands for them. So it made sense for them to give him errands. They don't know him. But here, Ty knows Shazza, Ty knows Mori. And Ranger Ken. Like, whatever. I prefer the option of like, oh hey, you know, I found this whenever you were doing that. As opposed to, oh, I always had this. Yeah, this has just been mine. No, I was purposely keeping it from you until you did me a favor. I don't know. Also, the costume that I'm wearing right now, I think this is actually a Shazza costume. I think it's called like Dingo or something like that. But yeah, I feel like this fits pretty well for the stage. Also, something I did not know prior to starting this LP. I mentioned this in an earlier update about Chrome Studios, you know, remastering all the Ty games because I thought, hey, that'd be cool. Apparently they are. At the very least, they're doing Ty 1 and Ty 2. Because Ty 2 comes out on like March 30th. So, yeah. Alright, cool. To be honest, I did not follow that Kickstarter all that much, but hey, I think it's pretty cool. Giving Ty another chance. Is it going to be like the next Crash Bandicoot and Ty's going to have a bunch of new games? I don't know. I don't know how many people are nostalgic over Ty as they are for Crash, but not nearly as many, I'm willing to bet. But I still think Ty's a pretty solid platformer game. It's not like it's the next Mario or Banjo-Kazooie, but I still enjoy my time with it. And I'm actually super looking forward to playing Ty 2. In fact, I'm probably going to do a playthrough of that. May as well do a whole playthrough of the entire series. Why not? Always have a platformer in the rotation. Again, it's been a while since I've played all the Ty games. In fact, most of these stages that I'm playing for Ty 1 are brand new to me. Again, when I was younger and I first played this game, I got past like maybe the first 3 stages. And that was about it. Never fought the boss. That's how bad I was at this game when I was a very small child. But yeah, now that I'm playing it, yeah, sure there's a little bit of jank here and there, but overall, I think this is a solid game. And I'm hoping that whenever I play Ty 2, it'll be just as good, if not better. Because that one has giant mechs in it. So obviously it's going to be better. But I forget if that one's as big of a collectathon as this one is. Not sure. I feel like, I might be misremembering this, but I feel like the games after Ty 1 just started becoming, you know, more action-adventure games as opposed to collectathons. I don't know if Thunder Eggs are as big of I don't know if Thunder Eggs and Golden Cogs are as big a thing as they are in this game.
This used to be the best little watering hole, mate. It had crystal clear drinking water and was a great place for a bit of a paddle.
Right, so what happened to it?
That Galar boss Cass decided this would make a nice little toxic waste dump. I don't know how, Ty, but we have to stop those pumps. You're a top bloke, Ty. Just keep an eye out for those rotten frill lizards. Hey, mate, maybe you should aim at those pipes.
So it's another one of these. Just smash the pipes and also attack the frill lizards. That's how you win the stage. These stages aren't super hard. I enjoy them. I think they're pretty fun. Again, I appreciate the variety in gameplay. Feel free to turn off the gyro controls if you're playing this. Yeah, that was quick.
On you, mate. You did it. Look at those beautiful animals. It's moments like these that make me proud to be a ranger. I want you to have this. Sorry, mate. I've got something in my eye.
Yeah,
Sweet.
the mouth flaps. The mouth flaps are not great. But you know what? I think they're charming. It's a PS2/GameCube game. Old classic platformer games like this, they got a lot of charm. Apparently Ranger Ken, if I didn't mention this before, is a Tasmanian devil. So, literally, he's just like Taz. But he's a lot more well-spoken. And not nearly as crazy. Go figure. It's kind of weird the only other, like, popular Thessaline in other video games is Tiny, who's like a huge guy that's about the size of Ranger Ken. And the most popular Tasmanian devil is Taz, who's around the same size as, like, Ty, I think. Kinda, sorta. I don't know. I will say this. I had to turn down the game's volume a little bit for the recording footage because, wow, this game is loud. Especially for this shit and for breaking boxes. It's very, very loud. Hey, it's Ranger Ken again. We'll talk to him in a minute. Gotta get all the collectibles. Can't miss even one. I also like the sheer amount of destruction you can cause in this stage. Ty's just smashing up everything. It's great. It's just... There's just a sense of satisfaction by just smashing into stuff in a game like this. Even though Ty is the good guy who's not really as edgy as the marketing made him out to be. Getting these golden cogs pretty easily. Just being a little destructive. Yeah! Hope no one lives here. Otherwise, Ty is kind of causing a big problem for everybody. Oh, shit. Hope you got warthog/boar insurance. Maybe the frills live here. In which case, it doesn't matter. Oh. Sometimes the game wants to chug a little bit. Alright, now let's talk to Ranger Ken.
It's a real scorcher today, and a few spot fires have broken out.
Straight.
Every time I try to put out a fire, one of those thrills gets in the way. Can you lend me a hand, mate?
Alright.
Good on you, mate. There's enough water in those towers to douse the flames.
Yeah, but we already destroyed all those houses, so, like, what's the point? Alright, whatever. Vandalism solves all problems! Yeah! These are really easy to do.
Mate, you handle those thrills and save the town without breaking a sweat.
I did break a
You
bunch of
deserve
stuff,
a
though.
medal. In fact, you deserve better than that.
Bonza!
Yeah, just finish the job. Just keep smashing more stuff. Who cares? No outhouses for you. Enjoy your destroyed homes. How many lives must you destroy in order to save your own family, Ty? Will it be worth it at the end? Yeah, who knows? These golden cogs are easy to find. A lot easier than they were in previous stages. This is one of the big open areas that I'm actually okay with, as compared to, like, the water stages. Because at least with this one, I don't have to deal with going underwater and looking all over the place. Here, they're relatively out in the open. Relatively speaking. And hey, all 10 golden cogs. Nice. And we're actually doing pretty well in the opals. Although, I had to cut out some footage here and there because, as usual, these things can be very devious in where they're hidden. Not these ones. But there are some hidden in bushes that are just a nightmare to deal with.
thought I could have a nap, trouble stirs up again. Shazza is off on her afternoon rounds, but I saw a gang of frills heading after her. Do you think you could go and take care of those hooligans?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, that's the spirit, mate. Okay, all you have to do is knock the frills off their bikes before they reach Shazza.
And by knock the frills off their bikes, we of course mean just murder them outright. Look, there's one right now. Yeah, don't worry about the boomerangs. The lasso rings do nothing. Just smash into them. In fact, this mission becomes a lot easier if you just kind of go ahead of Shazza and then just get rid of all the frills in her way, as opposed to just sticking behind her. Just destroy them. Yeah. Knock them off their bikes, huh? By knock them off their bikes, do you mean just make them explode? Again, the hardest thing about this is probably the tornadoes. Even that's not a big issue. Yeah, this is not a hard mission. A lot of these stages are not terribly hard. Some of them can kind of get... Like, the most difficulty you'll have in getting some Thunder Eggs is occasionally, like, a race. Like the one for this stage. And finding all the opals. But that's about it. Yeah, you can just attack the frills before Shazza even gets to them. Honestly, that's probably the best strategy.
Unreal, Ty. You showed those frills a thing or two. By the way, one of them dropped this.
See, that's a better way to handle this.
Oh, you beauty!
Just say you found it, like, recently, as opposed to holding on to it. Because I kind of need these things, Shazza. I need these to save my family. And now we have the arduous process of finding the last couple of opals. It's always the last few. Those are the ones that really get you. I've heard for the updated version that if you get a magnet and there's only like, what, 3, 4, or just like a handful, then they automatically all come to you. Which is pretty handy if that's accurate. That is pretty handy. Not sure if it's true, but that's what I've heard. Which would be nice. Again, I might be misremembering Ty 2, but I don't think there's actually any Thunder Eggs to deal with. There might very well be. I didn't really play Ty 2 that much. Gonna be honest. I played a little bit and I used some cheats to get all the boomerangs and just kind of messed around a little bit, and then I just moved on to other games. But when I do the playthrough of that game, I'm gonna give it definitely a lot more of an honest try. And that game will be relatively fresh to me, unlike this one. Like, I'll be completely blind on that one. So yeah, that'll be fun. Just destroy somebody's farm, because why not? Who gives a shit? There's collectibles afoot. Last 3 are always going to be the worst.
Okay, Ty, you ready to tear up the road?
This one is actually kind of challenging. Mainly because Shaz's truck can kind of overtake you sometimes. Even though she said, yeah, no, my truck's just not fast enough. Bullshit! Unless you're making like really sharp turns or you're staying directly in front of her and blocking her, yeah, Shazza will beat you. She's pretty fast. I kind of have to cheat a little bit. And there's no dash button for the Warthog. This is kind of the main speed that it goes at. See, just like I said. Got some Mario Kart rubber banding here. You have to make some very tight turns if you want to be able to, like, overtake her. And once you get in front of her, park yourself there. And don't let her get past you. You kind of have to cheat a little bit. The tornadoes are not great because they will pull you off course. And then she can just pass you. No, you can't get by. There we go.
Whoa, you beat me fair and square.
I don't know about
You
that.
deserve this.
Grouse!
I don't even know what that word means. I assume it means awesome or something. Anyway, let's go ahead and find those last couple of opals. As opposed to just being stuck looking for them all over the place. There they are. And that's all the opals. Just gotta make sure we got every single collectible that the stage has to offer. Because, I'll be honest, I am doing a technical 100% playthrough of this game, but after going through it, I'm not gonna be going for all the hidden picture frames. Because, no, that's okay. There is a way to circumvent that. I apologize if, you were looking for a guide for that. I recommend Wishing to Call. You don't really even need all the picture frames to get 100%. Like, it doesn't even count toward that. Picture frames are just to look at the concept art. There is no hidden ending associated with them. And fortunately, you can kind of circumvent the whole looking for all the picture frames by just punching in a cheat code. Which I will show at the end of the series. Not for nothing, it's just because, like, the picture frames are invisible collectibles. And I've already shown how finding some opals, which are hard to find because of they're either in a box and you can't find them because they're being hidden by a bush or something like that, or they're out of the way. But for the picture frames, like, they're invisible, and also they're not affected by the cheat code, which would also just add on to this. So I'm going to show the results of getting all the picture frames, but just not getting all the picture frames. So I apologize if that kind of ruins the LP for you. But I am showing off all the other collectibles. Let's get another talisman, shall we?
Smashing, young Ty. Let's get to work. I have a lock on the talisman. This should be extremely simple. Yes, indeed. Simple as can be. Yes, no.
Talisman. Yeah! Every time. Oh, shit. Cyborg shark. This boss fight is not terribly difficult. Actually, a lot of the boss fights in this game are not super, super hard. They're creative, they're pretty fun, but they're not super, super difficult. Alright, so we have this whole thing of chum that'll draw the shark to you. And then what you can see at the very bottom, those little air bubbles, those are two air canisters. And what you need to do is you need to hit them so that they'll rise up, so the shark will bite onto them, and then you just do a recreation of Jaws and you just explode it in its mouth. And that's how the boss fight works. There is no real danger because Ty is essentially immortal underwater. Despite not being a natural swimmer, yeah, no, he can just kind of restore his HP. Getting bit by the shark is the same as, you know, staying under the water a little bit too long. It's not really a big issue. Although what is an issue is me trying to find dry land to be able to jump up and hit the shark. Now, if only I could get onto the proper platform. There you go. Not sure why this is so different from the other ones, but whatever. They're about the same height. I guess it's because the wooden ones are just floating. There we go. Smile, you son of a bitch. There we go. Again, the bosses in Tai, at least Tai 1, are not super difficult. They're more puzzles than anything. Well, there is one boss that is kind of just a straight up fight, but that one is very, very easy. Like insultingly easy. Wait for it. Yeah, there we go. Rule of 3. Oh, and look, all the metal stuff fell off him.
That poor shark was a cybernetic pawn of boss.
It just
gas.
eats Julius. Yeah! Yeah, do the Free Willy thing.
Swim free, sweet crikey. Swim free.
You beauty!
Just tried to kill you, Ty. Whatever. Got ourselves a platypus talisman.
This will be no easy task, but I have faith in you, my friend.
Don't just stand there like a stunned mullet, mate. Julius has got something that will help you enter Cass's crest, mate. Off you go.
All right. Time for some new elemental boomerangs.
Ah, Ty, good to see you. I've again harnessed the energy off the talisman machine. Let's see what we get this time.
Yeah,
shall
let's
we?
see.
My word, this must be a frosty rang.
Nice.
Ripper!
Ice elemental boomerangs.
Oh yes, the frosty rang can put out fires, freeze enemies, and even create ice cubes in water. To select it, use the previous rang and next rang buttons to cycle through your collection. You won't be disappointed. Now go try it out.
Yeah, the frosty rings aren't too bad. But you know what? We got enough golden cogs to get another one.
Hello, Ty. You've got some more golden cogs. Let's see what we get this time. Oh my! This is a mega rang.
Nice.
When you throw it, it will automatically target every enemy around you. Quite remarkable, really.
It's very useful.
Sweet as.
The mega rangs are pretty useful, especially for that boss that I mentioned earlier. The mega rangs are very useful. They auto-target any opponent that you see. Sometimes they won't really, hurt them, but they'll target them. But, the mega rangs also make one boss fight in this game a complete joke. Like, embarrassingly so. But we'll see that in the next update. It's honestly a little disappointing, not gonna lie. But hey, look, more rainbow scales. Nice. So the Frosty Rings offer us more potential for platforming. I like them. They're pretty cool. No pun intended. As far as like combat goes, yeah, they just kind of Sub-Zero freeze your opponents and then you just bite them. In all honesty, I think you're probably better off using the Flamerangs or the Mega-Rangs, depending on how many golden cogs you've gotten. But the Frosty Rings are still pretty nice. I like them. Although, at some point, once you get enough golden cogs, you unlock a special boomerang that just makes combat a non-issue. Not that it was to begin with. It just removes combat from the game, essentially. Another rainbow scale. Alright, so that's going to do it for this update. And next update, we got 3 new levels to play with more collectibles to get. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next update. Until then, see ya.